If you ever wanted to make your child a birthday cake, but felt like you couldn't, this one's for you. This peppermint vanilla swirl cake looks special, feels homemade, and proves you don't have to be a baker to make something for your kid to remember. What's up, my people? You pulled up hungry, and I kept it warm for you. I hope you wore something stretchy. And you're here now, so don't just peek in the kitchen. Pull up a chair. So today we're starting with this no-bake peppermint cheesecake kit. It's got the filling, the crust, and the little peppermint pieces. And listen, I already know this sounds like I'm doing the most, but stay with me. That Oreo crust that I'm working on right now with the melted butter, that's going to be at the very bottom of the cake. Yes, a cake with a crust. It's different, I know, but birthdays are allowed to be different. Mixing the crust and butter together feels simple, but this part really matters. You want it thick, you want it packed, because this is what's holding everything down later. Press it evenly, take your time. Don't stress if it's not perfect. Your kid is not judging the crust, trust me. Now, like I said, I'm not a professional cake decorator or baker, but I bake my kids' cake every year for their birthdays. You know, whatever they choose. And every year, I must say, they challenge me. So this is for the parents that just want to make their kid a birthday cake without paying top dollar or getting discouraged because you don't have all the tools. You can do this too, okay? After all that padding, this is what it should look like. Now for the cheesecake filling, just follow the directions. Nothing fancy. Pour it in, add what it asks for. Those little peppermint pieces that you'll see me putting in, they come with it and they go in too. Alright? Mix it up until it thickens and starts looking like something real. Okay? This part always makes me smile because it already smells like a celebration and the peppermint is not overpowering. Okay? They did it just right. Alright, I hope you're hanging in there. Don't give up. This is the consistency that you want, okay? Now, let's get into the cake batter. Now, I got 2 boxes of vanilla cake, okay? The first one I'm doing is the red vanilla. Eggs, milk, butter, vanilla, food coloring, okay? Nothing complicated, just bringing it together. This is where the kids start hovering and asking questions. Now here's a little food coloring tip when you are baking. Those regular food coloring that you can use maybe like for drinks and everything, that doesn't work for cakes very well. You want the gel food coloring, okay? Long story short, it's thicker and it's more dominant in color. Now let's get started on that classic vanilla. Same steps, just no food coloring. It's simple, clean, dependable, you know, just like it needs to be. Now I add sugar, vanilla, and the pudding and melted butter in instead to make it more homemade, okay? Now here's where things get fun. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? The swirl. Instead of dumping everything in, I'm scooping, or we are scooping the batter in little pockets around the pan. You know, red here, vanilla there. That way they can both meet in the middle. And you can be able to have that nice swirl, okay? And again, remember, swirls ain't perfect, so just have fun. This part reminds me of planning kids' birthdays in general. Like, you're trying to balance everything, their favorite colors, their favorite flavors, what you can afford, and what you can realistically pull off without losing your mind. Then comes the swirl, slow, gentle, just letting the colors mix naturally. You don't want to overthink it, just let it do what it's going to do. This is the moment where you realize even if it's not perfect, it's already special. because you made it. Now just go up and down, side to side, maybe even do a little circle. But make sure you're very light-handed, okay? We don't want, remember that crust is under there. We don't want that crust to break apart either, okay? Now let's pop them in the oven on 350 for about 15 to 30 minutes, all right? Always poke it in the middle. That'll tell you when it's done, okay? All right, now listen up. This part matters. When they're all done, only one of these cakes go into the refrigerator. That's the one with the crust, right there. Letting it chill is the only way you're going to get that cake out without the crust falling apart. And yes, it takes patience, but it saves frustration later. Now, after a couple of hours, take it out, flip it carefully onto a paper plate, lift the pan slow. As you can see, still intact. That's a win. Now flip it back onto the cake stand so it's right side up again. Crust on the bottom, cake on the top. And if a little cake tears off, it's okay because we're trimming the top anyway. Nobody's cake is perfect, not even the bakery ones. Now just cut a thin layer off so everything stacks evenly. This is how you avoid that leaning tower of a birthday cake. Now comes the icing. This layer is going to be thicker in the middle than it is on the sides. This is like a crumb base, okay? Because this wants to be part of the cake. So you're going to layer that on. Spread your icing all around, okay? Don't worry about those crumbs. It'll all disappear once we do another layer. Now pop that second layer cake on top of there as well. All right? And press it firmly, but gentle at the same time, if you know what I mean. And you're going to cut the top off just a little bit like we did the first layer so it can evenly stack. So I'm also doing an ombre look here. So I'm starting down at the bottom with the red icing. All right. Remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. This is the first layer. Now, before we put that filling in, we're going to make a little cradle, kind of. Just go around the cake with some icing and make it into a nice circle and have like a little wall around it. You know what I'm saying? That way, that keeps the filling still. It won't leak and seep out of the sides, okay? Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, does this actually come out the way I pictured? Maybe, maybe not. But just remember, every swipe of icing is love. Every adjustment is effort. And the kids feel that more than they notice details. Okay? Now just keep in mind when you are spreading this filling around, it does have to be even. Don't have it all in the middle or all on the sides, okay? All even, as best you can. Now go ahead and add that last layer on top. Press it firmly. You want it to adhere to that filling, okay? So it doesn't slip off. Now icing it all up. Remember, start with a thin layer and thicken as you go. And remember, the ombre effect. So it's going to be red at the bottom, pinkish in the middle, and then white on top, as you can see, okay? Now just spin it around, take your time, and just icing, okay? And blend in the middle, all right? Now you're going to take a little scraper or something. This is something that came in with the tools that I got, little piping bags and everything that I'll have down in the description for you to get. And you just scrape it off. Doesn't have to be super straight, but get it straight at the top. All right? And now once all those layers are set and the icing is on, now it's time to add those sprinkles. All right, and the decorations. This is the fun part. The messy part, but it's fun. Add the sprinkles on there any way that you want, okay? Now these sprinkles are actually pretty cool. They're peppermint hot chocolate sprinkles, and they actually taste like it. So head to Walmart and grab you some. Top off that happy birthday topper, and there you go. You did it. Pat yourself on the back. Then comes the best part, cutting into it and seeing the inside. The swirl, the layers, the crust still holding strong. Look at that. Go ahead and plate it up and step back and just look what you made. So if you're a parent watching this thinking I could never do that, yes you can. Start where you are. Use with what you have. Your kid will remember the effort long after the frosting is gone. Thank you for being a part of this. Next time, bring somebody with you. Holiday desserts, sweet cravings, celebration cooking. That playlist understands.